Good morning, beginning farmer friends. It's gonna be hot today. I just checked my phone. The forecast is for it to be 98 degrees today. 98 degrees Fahrenheit. That is crazy hot. So I don't know what we're gonna do today. Working outside all day long seems like a horrible idea. So we're gonna do some chores right now, and then maybe we're gonna tackle some inside projects. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. With all the animals out on pasture, I spend a lot of time taking water out to them. So I've just kind of left this water tank on my red truck this summer. You've seen me use it a lot. I have to fill that up about once a day, maybe twice a day, depending on how much water they're drinking today. When it's gonna be 98 degrees, I'm probably gonna fill it up a couple times. So I'm out here doing my meat chicken chores, my Freedom Ranger chores, and I've got this sneaky suspicion that my chicks don't see this fence as much of a containment area. They more see it as a suggestion. I don't know if you can see, but they are all over the place. So I've got the chicks taken care of. They're fed, they're watered. My daughter takes care of the egg layers. They're taken care of as far as feed goes and eggs checked and things like that. But I do need to go down and fill up their water while I'm out filling waters. So now pretty much I just have to wait for that water to fill. There's a couple other little chores that I'll do while I'm waiting for that. I don't know, let's multitask here. This thing's got 150 gallons. It's got about 150 gallons to go. So I've got a great idea. It's gonna be 98 degrees today. I've still got one more cutting of hay that I need to do. I'm not gonna be making hay today, but who knows how long it's gonna be 98 degrees hot or mid 90s or upper 90s or whatever it is. So here's what I'm gonna do right now. Here's my idea. While the water is filling, I'm gonna get online and I'm gonna do some digging. What I wanna find out is which of these wires control the air conditioner and the blower fan in the cab. It's like a cooker box in there without air conditioning. So I'm gonna see if I can figure out what wires do what things on this and maybe try to snip those, put a little jumper in between, and you know, get my air conditioning working. Let's see what I can find.
I've always been a rambler, my fortune's been quite hard. I always loved the weather and drank whiskey and played cards. My parents treated me kindly, they had no more but me. But I shook hands and parted at the age of 23.
I've got nothing. I guess what I could do is just cut all these wires and reattach them on the other side. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea, but it is a wiring mess in there. That bare wire exposed, broken wires. What does this wire look like? Maybe that orange wire, see, it was already cut and attached there. This harness doesn't even go to anything. What's this one do? I don't know what any of these wires do. What do you think? Do I just start cutting, snipping, putting back together? I don't know what to do. I think that means it's full. I better go shut this off. All right, we're gonna go water the cows, we're gonna go water the pigs, we're gonna go water the chickens, maybe not in that order. With this poly wire fence out here, I can drive over it, but I gotta put it down first. So I take my fence remote. It's a little trickier to turn off the poly wire than it is the regular wire. What I do then is I take these wires down and I just clip them on the very bottom thing. With the truck, I've got to do it on 2 posts. With the tractor, it's got high enough clearance that I can just do it on 1 post and drive over, and then I got to go do it on the other side as well. Now there's guys with 4-wheelers that have these, like, I don't even know what you would call them, but like these rounded bars, basically like these skis almost, that allow you to just drive over the fence without having to, you know, stop and unhook it like I did. That would be so awesome, although I don't know if I could haul 325 gallons of water behind a 4-wheeler, but to be able to just like drive over the fence, that would be awesome. Maybe I need to fit some of those onto my big red truck here.
There was a wealthy farmer, he lived a neighbor.
That sure empties faster than it fills, that's for sure, that tank that is. Let's go check on the pigs, see how they're doing. So nobody's up at the feeder. I didn't expect that. It's gonna be a hot one. I'm sure they've already been up earlier this morning before the sun was coming up. Here's one pig right here, just hanging out. They've kind of been moving around more. So this all was standing weeds yesterday, and so they've all been in here kind of tromping it down, eating it down. That's what I want to see over this whole area here, them tromping it down, eating it down. I've got an old destroyed shed here. Looks like there was one of, oh, there's a couple of them running out of there. So they were hanging out in there. Let's see, if I head down to the woods over here, see they've kind of all wandered through here, trampled through here, done their thing in here. This is This is exactly what we're looking for with pigs in the pasture. I see some of them hanging out down in here. It's funny, every time I come out to the woods, the pigs scatter like that. But then if you stand around for a couple minutes, then they all just kind of come back up towards you. So they all look good. I'm gonna go check the fence. I probably don't need to walk around the whole thing right now, but what I will do is I will turn it back on with my fence remote. And the other great thing about this fence remote is not only can I turn the fence on and off anywhere on the farm, but I can also check if there's any shorts or anything like that. So I just put it on, I hit on. It's telling me it's 6.1 kilovolts. So that is good. That's what it was yesterday when I had it first hooked up. Oh, I found the pigs. They have found their favorite spot. This is at the bottom of a ravine. I love curious pigs. This is another one of the huge benefits of raising pigs out on pasture, and especially not just on pasture, but in the woodlot, because this is something that we wouldn't have on the woodlot, and that is a wallow. We are in a drought right now, or I guess I should say the very first stages of a drought. We are abnormally dry on the US drought monitor, and anywhere in our pastures, there is not any water near the surface whatsoever. But down here, the pigs are able to find this low spot where this water collects coming down, where this bark is falling off of this dead tree, where there's stumps and wood decaying and things like that. All of this organic matter that's holding water, and they made a wallow. This is perfect, especially for a 98-degree day like we're gonna have today. See, they were upset that I took their spot, but now they're all coming back. Man, don't you just love pigs? I just love the pigs. They are so awesome. Oh, this is incredible. We're gonna have so many more pigs next year. I hope we're gonna raise 150 pigs. That's the plan for next year. I'm so excited about that. We've only got 25 out on the pasture in this woodlot right now. We've got another 20 that I'm training to electric fence. That is a humongous cobweb that I just about ran into. We've got 25 that I'm up training to electric fence. Man, this is so exciting. I love these pigs. Let's go do some more watering.
Had an only daughter whom I cast my hide. She was most tall and handsome, gentle and so fair. Well, there ain't one gal in the wide world with her I could compare.
All right, we're back at the tractor. I just got off the phone with my cousin. He's kind of my go-to mechanic, and he said go for it. So I'm just gonna start cutting wire by wire and going to the other side, the corresponding side, and cutting that wire. And hopefully when I'm done, we'll have working air conditioning and then maybe some other stuff that I didn't even know wasn't working. Here's where we are, and here's the problem. I've got a bunch of wires connected. I cut from one side of this to the other side of this, but I don't know if you can see, but it is burned out in the middle. And so this wire came from the middle, but I don't know what it went to on the other side. And then there's this wire here that wasn't connected, and this wire here that weren't connected. So I have two sets of wires that aren't connected. I don't really know what to do. Here's what we are gonna do. We're gonna check the AC. The AC and the radio were my main things, because when the radio works, the AC works. And those are two important things in this tractor, radio and AC. So let's try that. We have half of it. We have the right-hand side blowers, but not the left-hand side blowers, and not the radio, which means before I even started, I know that I don't have air conditioning. I guess I could just go touch some wires together and see what happens. Or I got something hooked up wrong. This seemed like a good idea, I promise. All right, so I've got good news. I've got it fixed. The air conditioning worked. So this wire, when I hooked it up, it ran the radio and it ran the air conditioning, but it wouldn't turn off when I turned off the key or when I shut the tractor down when I pulled the fuel cut off. But then when I put this wire on, The radio also worked, but now it turns off when I turn off the key or pull the fuel cut off. So I don't know what the difference is. I have this wire right here and this wire right here. Maybe I should connect those two wires, but the radio's working and it starts and it runs and it shuts off and the lights work. I don't really know if I want to mess with anything else. I don't know. Do you guys have any suggestions? If there's any 4430 nuts out there or wiring specialists, I would love to know if there is a way for me to understand what all these different wires do on this wiring loom that comes here from the cab, goes up the side, and then goes up across the top of the engine. So all I know is I've got air conditioning again and radio. I kind of feel like a king. It's just plain hot out there. Last I saw it was 95 degrees and it seemed like the temperature kept going up. So I called it good outside. All the animals have water, they're comfortable, they're all relaxing in the shade. Now I want to take some time to do some inside stuff. This is our freezer room that I'm standing in, but it's also kind of like our office slash my son's office, who's going to be a junior this year. So I kind of need to get it ready for school year, but I also kind of need to get it ready for just getting a bunch more pork in here in the next week. In fact, if you open up this freezer right here, literally this freezer is completely empty except for a bag of chicken necks there at the bottom. So I'm going to clean up this room, then I'm going to clean up freezers, kind of organize things. I've got a bunch of organs, pork organs, that I want to try to sell to a restaurant. So I'm going to go through, organize that, see what I have.
She'd be true to me while I crossed o'er the plain. She said it makes no difference if you never return again. She said she'd be true to me till the sea burned with fire. So I shook hands and parted with the gal I left behind.
Alright, well the cleanup is mainly done, I would say. I've got stuff on shelves up here, stuff on shelves back there. I've got all this extra room right here for my books or anything that I need to put there, and especially for my son's school books and all of that good stuff. Now it's on to tackle the freezers. What I'm going to be doing is I've got a bunch of stuff like this down here, which is like pork kidney and pork tongue and fresh whole jowls and stuff like that. I'm going to kind of sort through that, see what all I have, shoot an email off to my friend who's a chef and see if he's interested in any of it. Alright, I got everything sorted out. This is my beef parts. I've got kidney, liver, tongue, heart, oxtail. So I'm going to total those up, see what I've got, and then in this freezer behind me, right back here, I've got the pig parts. I'm going to total those up next. That was a good job to get done. Not only now do I have room for office work and school work in this room, but I also have room in these freezers for six pigs that I'm going to be bringing home this week. So we're going to fill them back up, that's for sure. Now I hope it's cool enough to go back outside. One of the nice things about these late August days is even though it was 96, 97, 98 degrees today, it cools down pretty early as well. And so of course that also means the sun goes down. It's 7:58 and I think the sun is basically down now. But I came out to give the pigs a little water from the water truck. There's a handful of them up here eating. There's another handful of them out here eating. They're just kind of doing their things. I'd love to see what they're doing with this weed bed that I have here. This is going to be pretty good. I think they're going to come through, they're going to work it down, and then I think I can come through with a disc and then plant that cover crop on it.
North Carolina to Marion, I did a run. On up to Johnson City, all in the sleet and snow, and the working money was plenty.
Thanks so much everyone for watching. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I think that helps more people find it. We've been getting a decent amount of new subscribers as kind of we get rolling here. I think I'm, less than 20 videos into this reboot of the Beginning Farmer Show channel. So I'm thankful for everyone that's finding us, everyone that's subscribing, everyone that's taking time to comment and give a thumbs up. I'm answering all those comments and things like that. So thank you all so much. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm just going to kind of hang out with the pigs for a little bit. They all seem happy. I want to kind of get some of their happy vibes.
Women treated me kind, but the only object of my heart was the gal I left behind. I was walking up